Well, it may be the 8th of May, but we got hit by a really bad spring snowstorm last night, and the winds were gusting up to 70 miles an hour. It knocked the power out twice. But a couple of weeks ago, I did a review on the OUPES Mega 2 power station, and then they sent me the B2 battery, the extra add-on battery. You know, you could add on like 4 batteries to that system. So I decided to modify my furnace so I could hook it up. Boy, I'm glad I did that, because that's what kept the house warm last night when we didn't have power. I also want to show you how we use it when we're camping. So that's what this video is about. It's about the B2 battery from OUPES, and it's about how we make use of the system. One of the things I want to be able to do with this Mega 2 and the extra B2 battery here is to run the necessary things in my house in case of a power outage. This is ideal for doing that because you could put up to 4 of these B2 batteries on the Mega 2, giving you 10,240 available watt hours. That is a lot of power. But there's 2 ways to do this. One is to have an electrician come in and wire in a special box on your main distribution panel that this will plug into and separate it from the outside grid, so that when the power goes off, this can automatically kick in. That's a little too fancy for my needs, but it is something you can do. All I needed to do is to run my furnace, run my freezer and my refrigerator during a power outage. And there's a very simple way to do that. I'm going to show you how to do that now. Well, kinda. The reason I said kinda is because it involves rewiring my furnace. So my furnace will plug into this outlet. Right now the power goes into the furnace and then power comes out of the furnace for this outlet. I'm going to make this just the opposite, but I'm not going to show you how to do this because I'm not a licensed electrician, although I do know how to do this. But I'll link a video below showing you exactly what you need to do. Be sure to check with your local ordinances wherever you are and make sure that this is okay to do in your area. Okay, I completed the modification. So now the power goes from the house to the outlet, and then the furnace plugs into the outlet. That modification only cost me about $10, took me about a half an hour to do. It's the most efficient way that I can think of to run the most important things during a power outage. And in my case, it's the furnace, my refrigerator, and my freezer. And that's it. Once again, the video on how to do this will be linked in the video description down below. So now during a power outage, all I need to do is just unplug the furnace from the outlet, plug it into the OUPES Mega 2, power it on, turn on the AC, and it's ready to go. Now, between the Mega 2 and the B2 battery, I've got over 4,000 watt hours of power available to me. That should be enough to get me through most power outages. Power outages in my neighborhood generally last less than 8 hours. I'll be in good shape that way. While the furnace is running, it's drawing just over 400 watts. So if the furnace ran continuously, I'd get about 9 or 10 hours. But of course the furnace cycles off and on, so it's going to give me probably closer to 24 hours of power this way. Now to run the refrigerator, I just run an extension cord down here. So yeah, this works out really well. And like I say though, you can expand this system by putting up to 4 B2 batteries on this unit, giving you over 10,000 watt hours of power would be available to you. And that's a lot nicer than running a generator, because frankly, before I got a system like this, I was going to run a generator sitting on my front porch up here with a power cord running down here to the furnace. But this is so much nicer, quieter, cleaner. It's just better. But this is a camping channel. So let me show you how Linda and I intend to use this system in our car and trailer. Well, you've seen this in previous video, but this is how the OUPES Mega 2 is installed in my trailer. This is how it is. This is raw, this is real, this is what it looks like. It's strapped in with this ratchet strap here. It's got a towel stuck in over here to keep it from bumping up against the cabinet. Yeah, that's the way it's installed. This wire here is from my solar panel so that I can hook the solar panel up from the roof of the trailer up to here and charge it this way. I've just ordered a switch. Well, wait a minute. Let me show you what's going on here with the switch, because you're going to ask. I'm going to see it in the comments, so let me show you what I've got. Up here is my power coming in from the two 300-watt solar panels on my roof. It comes over here, it goes through this 50-amp circuit breaker, and from there it goes down to a controller, and from the controller it goes down to those two Bouge RV self-heating batteries down there. So how does that tie in with the Mega 2? Well, back up to here. From the input side, the Mega 2 comes off of here, and this goes down to the Mega 2. But what I've just ordered is a 4-gang switch here, so that'll be 2 of these breakers. Now this breaks both the positive side and the negative side. That's why I've put this up here. But there's going to be a double one up here in another week or so, and the power will come into one, jump over to the other one, and from the other one it'll go down to the OUPES Mega 2. So I'll have 2 switches up here, and what that's going to do is it's going to make it so that I can just leave this plugged into the side of the OUPES, and I can mount it more permanently, so I don't have to be able to move this around to keep plugging the solar into it when it needs charged. But that's the OUPES Mega 2 in my trailer. Now what about the battery? Well, if I was going to install the B2 battery, it would be right down here underneath, with a shelf in between, because in my trailer bouncing around, I don't want the Mega 2 sitting on top of the B2 battery. I'd want one on a shelf and one underneath. So if I decide to put that B2 battery in here, it would fit down there perfectly. I would drill a hole in the plywood over on the left-hand side over here for that connecting cable to pass from the Mega 2 to the B2 battery. But how do we use the B2 battery? Let me show you. We do a lot of living out of the back of the Yukon here. We cook back here, and we always have a power unit sitting in this location. Now it's the B2 battery. This is what we keep here. It's handy because it has so many USB ports over here. So we can plug a lot of things into this. Plus it's got the 12-volt receptacle over here for the 12-volt rice cooker. So this is where it lives. This is how you'd see the battery stack together. Let's hook up the cable to it. You want to make sure that the power is off on both the main unit, the Mega 2, and off on the B2 battery. Then you'll notice there's 1 port on the Mega 2 itself, and there's 2 on the battery. This is for hooking up 3 more batteries, so you'd have a total of 4 batteries on here. On the power cable, there's a button you can push down. This is for releasing it to take it back off, because when you push it in, it latches in and stays in. But all you need to do is just push this in until you hear it click, like that. Same thing on the bottom one. Once they click like that, they don't come back out, so it's not going to vibrate loose on the road. To pull them out, you need to push the button down, and then it comes out. Okay, this review, of course, is about the B2 battery, but I just want to touch on the Mega 2 itself here. It's 2,048 watt hours. You can see that it has 6 ports there for USB-C and USB-A. So you can charge 6 things independently, plus it's got a 12-volt 30-amp Anderson plug above that. It's got the regular cigarette lighter accessory port over there, and then it's got the 2 12-volt barrel plugs below that. 4 AC outlets on the bottom, 2500 watt, 20 amp. It's got the 30 amp RV plug over here. That's handy to have, so you can plug your RV directly into this. And with a 30 amp RV plug and being able to add 4 of these B2 batteries, giving you 10,240 watt hours, that's a lot of power for your RV, not to mention your home. Now for charging that Mega 2, it'll take up to 3,700 watts. That's 1,600 watts of AC power, and you can also put 2,100 watts of solar panel into it at the same time. And that'll charge up in just 0.6 of an hour. To charge the B2 battery off of AC, it needs to be plugged into the Mega 2 itself, just like we have them set up here. When you plug this into AC now, it'll charge both of these. Another feature is to turn on this whole setup. You either push the power button down here or push the power button up here, And unlike some of these units on the market, this turns both of them on. And also, just by turning off one, it turns off both of them. This one control handles both of them. I like that. For each B2 battery that you order, it comes with this heavy-duty cable, so you can daisy chain them all together. For charging either the Mega 2 or the B2 off of solar, the connection is right here. It's an Anderson plug. You can see it's right here. Here's where the AC power comes in. There's no brick with the Mega 2 like I mentioned in my review video. The power cord just plugs right into here. Circuit breaker down here. Now down here is the same thing for charging up the B2 battery directly off of solar. Comes right into here. There's an Anderson plug down here for the B2 battery. So you can put up to 2100 watts of solar directly into here, but there's a certain way you should be hooking up your solar panels to do this. First of all, if you're hooking up just one solar panel, don't worry about it. Either hook it up to the B2 battery or to the Mega 2, just plug it right in and you're done. That's it. But when you're hooking up 2 or more solar panels, trying to get up to that 2100 watts of allowable input, you need to hook the panels up in series. Here's why. As it says up here, the allowable voltage and amperage is 12 to 150 volts DC. That's a wide range, but only 15 amps of power. So you're limited to 15 amps of input. Here are two 200 watt panels. If I hook these up in parallel, I'm going to get the 14 or 15 volts, but I'm going to get 30 amps, which the power station won't accept. However, if I hook them up in series, I'm going to get double the voltage, but I'm only going to get 15 amps, up to 15 amps, and the power station will accept that. So you need to hook your panels up in series. It's very easy, it's just how you make the connections. The Mega 2 comes with the proper Anderson connection that you need to do this. On the other end here, it's got the MC4 connectors. These are the MC4 connectors from the two panels. All you need to do to hook up in series is to hook a positive and negative together like this, and then just hook the positive and negative to the power unit. Black to black, black wire to black wire, red wire to red wire, can't make a mistake. And now those 400 watts of panels are hooked up to this. Now I don't have any sun today, so this isn't helping. We should be getting something out of this. We'll see what we get. It's going to be very low for the power coming in. So it's just showing 65 watts coming in. Now the thing is, what if this is in my trailer? Well, and all I have out here is the B2 battery. It's the same thing. You just plug that right into the side of the B2 and it's going to start taking power down here now. So it's charging off the solar. Now, like I said, you can put up to 2100 watts into this. Now, most of us aren't going to have 2100 watts on the roof of our RV, but you might have it on the roof of your house. And that's where charging this at home off of solar and being able to take 2100 watts would be really handy. Now, the B2 battery does not have AC because it doesn't have an inverter in it, but it has the same 12 volt ports that the main unit has. And it's got the same ports over here, all the same, plus it's got this Anderson up here, again, that allows you to get 12 volts, 30 amps out of this. What's that good for? You can hook that to your RV's 12 volt system. That's the way I have my trailer set up. In case my other batteries fail, I can hook this system up, or either one of these up, to my RV's 12 volt system. What's it running? It's running my lights, my fan, and my refrigerator. So I can keep my refrigeration going just by hardwiring directly into here. From here to the 12 volt positive and negative bus in my RV. And these are both covered by OUPES' 3-year warranty. Let's talk price. The price as of this morning, just looking on Amazon, the Mega 2 is $12.99. The B2 battery by itself is $1,024. If you buy them both together, it's $2,173. Now compare that to other systems like this on the market. You'll find that buying an outfit like this with a main unit and an extra battery from Blue Eddy is $2,698. To buy a system like this from Anchor with the main unit and the extra battery is $2,399. So the price on this one is very reasonable at $2,173 for the pair. And then you can add up to a total of 4 of the B2 batteries. It gives you quite a powerful system that way. One thing else I just learned about OUPES is they have an OUPES help campaign. That's where they take 5% of their total sales and they apply it to people in need. If you're in need to run medical equipment or something like that in an area where you have power outages or you don't have power, OUPES will step up and help you out, and all you have to do is apply. On the screen, you're seeing the link right now, and I'll put it in the video description down below. So if you can't afford a system like this and you have special needs, OUPES is willing to help you out. I don't know of anyone else that's doing that. I think that's pretty special. So if you're looking for a system like this with the power unit and the additional batteries that you can add on, I strongly suggest you look at OUPES. I've been working with OUPES for years. I started out with the little 600 watt unit and also their OUPES 1200, the OUPES 1800. I still have those and use them. And now the OUPES Mega 2. So for longevity, I think they're a good bet. For quality, they're a good bet. I hope I give you enough information in this review that you can make an informed choice yourself. I encourage you just to check them out. We'll see you around.